Shane!
Huh?
Oh no, not again.
Where'd you come from?
The heck?
I was looking for a fucking sock.
Oh, it wasn't the sock drawer, was it?
Oh, no, it could have been.
Are you serious?
We've been drinking Clive Barker's sock drawer.
Maybe movie.
Good welcome to you all. Hello, it is the start of September, and most importantly, it is the start of...
Oh, spooky season.
It absolutely is. Hello, welcome back to Maybe Movies. My name is Max.
My name is Sam.
And I'm Shane again.
For some reason, I bought snacks.
Oh.
So you can choose which who. Argue amongst yourselves.
What you got there?
Churro.
Got a birthday cake.
I'm happy with my choice.
I'll be happy with this one.
Thank you for joining us again, and as always, thank you to all of our new subscribers as well. You are more than welcome, and you're making us feel very, very happy in our pants.
You see, I can't say what he said because I don't mean that.
I'm even more confused. All I was doing was looking for a fucking sock.
Yeah, I think that should be yours.
No, that's yours.
Oh, okay. It's yours. It's your sock. Anyway, we'll put that over there.
You on the way through?
Yeah, bastard thing. I caught it. I was like, I was trying to reach out and grab for something to stop me from falling through, and that was the first thing that...
It does make me wonder what else is going to come falling out of...
I don't care to know anymore. I just never know, because it's just like one of these random things where I suddenly get pulled into the ether.
Well, we're always pleased to see you.
It is indeed always good, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's nice to see you, but I prefer it not here.
Yeah.
We are trapped, which apparently is probably a good thing, because I saw earlier that, weirdly enough, as there's an election coming up, that Biden's government are threatening lockdown measures again in the States.
Oh, that's already happening then, yeah.
Oh,
Hooray!
Lord.
So, thank you for joining us again. Before we launch into what we're going to be doing this month, we just have a couple of things. Most importantly, first of all, is we have our poll results.
Oh, yay, yes. Tell us all about it.
We didn't get any results, didn't get any votes at all from Patreon and LinkedIn.
Okay.
We did have 4 votes from Instagram,
Okay.
3 for Indie and the Conqueror of the Universe, 1 for Flash.
Okay, so even Stevens.
Mm-hmm. On Twitter we had 3, all for Flash.
Ah.
And on our community tab on YouTube, we had 5 votes, 4 for Indie, 1 for Flash. And then obviously with R2, that technically puts us level pegging.
Okay.
We did have 1 final vote, which was actually put in the comments of the final show from last month, which was for Flash.
Oh, right.
So by 1 point, but...
There's a
and
but.
obviously I'm not going to make a decision sort of without discussing it with everybody else. I want to drop one of the votes on Instagram because somebody, and you know who you are, voted twice. Once from himself and once from his business.
Ooh, that's cheaty.
So if you're happy to, we'll drop one of the votes from Indie from Instagram to make it 8-6. But again, obviously, we are a democracy.
I don't know. Part of me likes to reward ingenuity. On the other hand, it is a bit cheaty.
Okay, so you get away with it this time, but next time it's a no. But either way, Flash at the Temple of Doom is our maybe movie for August 2023, and there will be big fanfare here. Thank you to everyone who voted. Please do check at the end of the month to vote on what we're doing this time. I was pointing at the floor, not at... You knew that.
He confuses me sometimes.
Oh, he confuses a few people.
It is my purpose in life.
No shit. I know I'm good at disturbing people and whatnot, but you just confuse me.
Good. So before we start as well, very quick shout out, and this is for a friend who I haven't done one for a while. This is for Stephen Cooper, whose channel is called Splatploitation.
Hello, Steve.
So, Stephen is a writer, author of splatterpunk fiction, and his show covers new releases in the genre. Thank you, as always, buddy. It was good to see you. And, of course, there will be a link in the description below and up here somewhere as well. Spooky season is upon us. Yay! We've got bats.
We love spooky season.
We do.
We got us some bats.
Yeah. And for this one, we have it's a request from my good friend Rob Berry, who asked the question, and unfortunately, we only have one of them at the moment. Who asked the question: what if the Devil's Rejects took a wrong turn?
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So, Devil's Rejects meets cannibals who are inbred.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and obviously, this is the original version of Wrong Turn, not the recent remake. Yeah. Reimagining, or re-original imagining, shall we say, as I understand it.
The reimagining of the original story.
Yes.
Of what it should have been, and not that.
Which is a bit of a weird... Again, it's an interesting one.
Yeah, well, that's essentially a villain versus villain, depending on your particular point of view on the Fireflies.
Yeah, exactly.
When it comes to the Rob Zombie movies, Devil's Rejects, in my opinion, is the best one of the three. I wasn't overly a fan of House of a Thousand Corpses, and I hated Three from Hell.
It's the Goldilocks of Rob Zombie.
Oh, yes. Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, just everything about Devil's Rejects, that whole story is like...
I mean, they're weird ones, because Wrong Turn, I was like, yeah, it's okay when I first watched it. Mm. And then I watched it again a few months ago, and then obviously I watched it in some prepping for this. And it's kind of grown on me. It does some interesting things that I didn't kind of appreciate the first time around. Unfortunately, Devil's Rejects is one that I'm really nonplussed about. Well, I think I'm in the minority here, because I preferred House of a Thousand Corpses.
I quite enjoyed House of a Thousand Corpses, apart from the ending that just turned into a music video.
It turned into a Rob Zombie music video.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. But my problem with Devil's Rejects is I didn't feel like the characters justified the kind of anti-hero slant he was trying to give them, and I just struggled with it. And it's
because at the end of the day, they're a family of murderers. They thrive on killing people, and they do it just for fun. That's not anti-hero status in my mind.
Exactly.
But somebody obviously wanted them to be the heroes of the story somehow.
They certainly didn't deserve the Butch and Sundance ending, especially not to Freebird as well.
I mean, Freebird's a classic tune anyway. Yeah. Let's face it, even I like that tune, and I'm not even a fan of Leonard Skinner. But you can't go wrong with a bit of southern redneck.
No, you cannot.
It's a clever film. It's very well shot, and it looks fantastic. But I don't know. There's something about Devil's Rejects. I just have an apathy for it.
For me,
which is going to be interesting doing it on this.
See, I loved it so much. I loved it. I loved the gritty realism. It was brutal. It was gory. I mean, how many times do you get someone walking into a hotel room and wearing someone else's face?
It's got a nice supporting cast in it as well. You've got Ken Foree in there. You've got Michael Berryman, Jeffrey Lewis.
You also got to think about the fact that it's got a very dark sense of humour about it as well, and I think that's why I appreciated it as much.
I mean, that was one of the things when I rewatched it again, really for this, that I did find about it. Is that complete sense of disassociation that they have. Shit, they're on the run with the police, but it doesn't stop them doing what they always do. No. Which is curious, which again I didn't pick up on the first time.
And plus, tutti fucking fruity.
Yeah, that's true. So, obviously, for this one, we don't need to worry too much about act structure and things like that.
No, we just need to lay out the premise, really, don't we?
Yeah. So the first thing which I'd forgotten about this... Now, I know, technically speaking, from a filmmaker's point of view, anything beyond 45 minutes counts as a feature. It's barely a feature. It's an hour and 19 minutes.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah. I knew it was brisk, but I didn't realise it was that short.
Because on the thing, when I was watching it, it says an hour and 25. But yeah, the last 6 minutes of it are on credits.
Oh, right. Okay, right, yeah.
It's like one of those classic movies where you get a post-credit scene. You don't realise it.
Yeah.
But for me, Wrong Turn it's definitely one of my favourite horror movies. Just for reference, that was one of the first DVDs I ever bought.
Oh, right, okay.
Because the other one was Donnie Darko.
Ah, yeah, great movie. So, remind me, because I might be misrecollecting, but didn't we go to see that at the movies?
No.
I swear I saw that at the movies.
I didn't have the money to go see that at the cinema.
I can't remember who I went to with then.
I never saw it at the cinema.
Yeah, I never saw it at the cinema.
I'm pretty sure I saw it at the movies.
I'm actually pretty certain it didn't get a UK cinema release. I think it came straight to DVD over here.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of something else then.
Well, could it have been the remake of Hills of Eyes?
That
You
might-
guys see that?
No, I didn't. I haven't even seen that movie yet.
Oh, the remake of Hills Have
No, I haven't
Eyes
seen
is
it.
so much better than
That's
the original.
Alejandro Aja, isn't
I'm
it?
going to disagree, but
Yeah.
that's a discussion for another time. That's a discussion for another
My
time.
opinion, I mean,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can sit
exactly.
here and argue
exactly.
it for
Yeah,
ages.
yeah,
but
absolutely.
also, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is another one remake miles better than the original.
I think,
But,
yeah, I, that one I'd agree with. Yeah, I did
Yeah.
enjoy the remake more.
But yeah, with Wrong Turn, I mean, it was 2001, and my main focal point was Eliza Dushku, because obviously I was
Yep.
familiar with her from Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel,
Of course, yeah.
and Bring It On, when she's a cheerleader. Hello.
But this one is... So it's the tale of two Robs, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's Rob Schmidt who did that, and obviously Rob Zombie who did...
Oh! A Tale of Two Robs, I like that one.
A couple of things to discuss. Very simple. I mean, most of it should be really straightforward. Devil's Rejects happens in Alabama.
Mhm.
This happens in West Virginia.
Is it West Virginia?
Yeah, I checked. Yeah.
Oh, all right. I was under the impression it was supposed to be in the hick hills of New York City.
No.
Yeah, no, it's definitely in Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was filmed
Oh, it might have been filmed in
Upstate New York or somewhere.
upstate
yeah.
New York in the hills, yeah.
But when at the opening scene, when it's flying over the
Yeah.
forest, it goes West Virginia.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that obviously for it to be in line with Devil's Rejects, we're going to keep this set in 1978, and we'll just translate the characters.
I don't see any reason why not. I mean, it doesn't change the technology that the rednecks have access to.
No, but it does change the technology that the teenagers had from Wrong Turn.
I'm assuming
They had
that was going to
mobile
be...
phones.
Oh,
and-
yes.
So actually, yeah, no, it would work in its favour, because in the film, they wouldn't have access to mobile phones. They'd only be able to get access to landlines. And there are CB radios in the film as well. So, therefore, they can contact the police that way.
Exactly, and that technology existed in the 70s
Yeah.
and 60s,
Of course,
so,
yeah, absolutely.
so that's not a problem, is it?
No.
I
Yeah,
don't think
we
it
just-
doesn't change anything, really.
I'm assuming we're keeping the kids, in which case all we need to do is stick some hair on them, make them look like they're in the 70s, not from the...
Widen the lapels and
Yeah.
possibly
Yeah.
the cuffs.
Polyester, flares,
Yeah, you'll
Porn star
be-
moustache, that
you-
kind of thing.
dingers, as we used to call them back in school.
So, are we replacing? I can't remember his name, but like the main character, the guy
Chris.
who's driving on his own, huh?
Chris. It's
Chris.
Chris Ryan.
Are we replacing Chris with the Fireflies? So they have the collision with the kid's car?
Was my thinking, which is we don't need to keep everybody, but I thought that would be...
I'd like to keep the extras just for the body count, so we can
Yeah,
have some
actually,
fun.
yeah, that would work.
My gambit would be the Fireflies just happen to be the ones that they're yelling at each other about some dumb shit whilst they're going around the corner of the road.
Yeah, the usual, fuck you, no, bang, into the
Yeah,
back of
Otis pulls out a gun, but
Exactly, I was
unbeknownst
about to say that, yeah.
them- Otis pulls out a gun, unbeknownst to them, you got the rednecks in the woods.
We'll discuss the
Fun
details later.
begins.
Save
And
the...
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. But I think it'll be interesting because unlike the kids, who obviously wander into the shack and they're all like, oh, what's this? This is a bit weird. I wonder what this is all about. They're going to walk in the door and go, this is a fucking murder house. Let's leave.
Hey, this is all very Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but we need to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Exactly. I was also going to suggest as well, I think, and I was thinking maybe we should introduce in Act 2, and save it till then, is I was wondering, should we keep the Terrible 2 as well?
The Terrible 2.
Yeah, you lost me there for a second.
Danny Trejo and his buddy, who are in the Devil's Rejects, who he sends, because Wydell sends them out, go to try and track them down.
Oh!
I've forgotten all about that.
Yeah. I'm not as familiar with that as I am with Wrong Turn. That's another way to, I don't know, complicate. I kind of like the idea. Somebody to come along and complicate things. There's a man who really hopes he's just earned himself a star. What do you think?
I think so.
Yeah. The first catch of the month. Sorry. Yeah, because I just suddenly thought in Devil's Rejects that they definitely head south. And I like the idea that they head, instead, to try and throw the cops off the scent, they head northeast to West Virginia. And so Wydell calls the two guys in to go and try and track them down. Let me know when you find them. And so they're following their scent, which is why I thought we can introduce them in Act 2.
As extra cannon fodder.
Extra cannon fodder and a twist on,
See, because they could replace a couple of the deaths.
possibly.
Yes, because we've lost Chris. We want to keep some of the kids alive for a bit longer.
We'd want to keep the kids alive a bit longer, so they could technically replace, if you remember the girl who gets garroted at the start, She could be replaced by one of them.
The other boyfriend in the yellow shirt.
Yeah.
The one who runs off and they chase him. Because I always felt he could have used a bit longer in the film. He was doing really well and then got taken out quite early.
Yeah, the one that was going to get married, you mean? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I agree with that because I thought he was a cool character.
I did. I really liked him. I thought he was going to live a little longer.
The fact that he just gets...
Didn't he get off screen?
He got Boromir.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Wasn't it in the eye as well?
He didn't get it in the eye. He got it in the back.
Ah, right.
It was the sheriff.
Sheriff
He got it in the eye.
Yeah.
That was an epic kill. I have to say.
Oh, we're getting carried away here.
We are getting carried away.
Yes, sorry. Yeah.
So we don't need to worry about acts. We'll just run it through as we go because it's going to be doing this one as a mashup. So completely new movie.
Is this your first mashup with us? I can't remember. I can't remember how long we've been doing mashups.
I can't remember if you've done a mashup with us. We've only started doing them early this year.
So we're not doing 2 movies. We're doing 1 movie with just the one plot.
Very loosely sticking to the plot structure, but we can do what we want with it.
We're not swapping people from one film and putting them into another. We're smashing them into one new film.
Okay, now I like the sound of this one.
In terms of names, again, the obvious one would have been, as my friend suggested it, The Devil's Rejects Take a Wrong Turn, which is quite long.
Yeah.
I kind of liked The Devil's Turn.
The Devil's Turn? No,
it's The Devil's Turn to have his due on the Fireflies.
Because Fireflies, bad guys, cannibalistic inbreds, bad guys. Who comes out on top? Exactly, and the devil would probably enjoy seeing them go at it for his own amusement.
Yes, and he layers like an onion, baby.
Yes.
Damn thing!
You'll catch it one day.
God damn it, yes, and then my eyes will be streaming.
Yes, they will.
I did bad with onions. I love onions, but it's fresh, we think.
I was just sniffing what flavour it is. Is it just normal?
Salted. Okay, so yeah, as you can probably tell, this is going to be a mashup month, which will be 4 shows this month, with something else coming out on the channel every Wednesday. I believe next week will be probably movies, actually. So check back with us then for that, and then come back on Friday for Act 1 of The Devil's Turn. Until then, have a brilliant weekend, have a brilliant start to next week. We will see you in some shape or form on Wednesday. Take care.
As always, guys, TTFN.
Yeah, laters. Give me the
So
fuck
enthusiastic.
Ba 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 ba.